since roughly about 2002, we've developed our corporates, we invested abroad, and we've made a lot of money doing so. China was one of the big growing economies, and we've basically generated a lot of earnings growth coming out of China and proxies from Brazil to to Russia, to other places. And as this BRICS basically have come a little bit on the undone side, it has an impact on the equity markets. And if you have to imagine what happened since 2009, is we've all gone more or less very much long equities. And that means that we're very sensitive to an issue, and that issue is very specifically China, and has an impact on potential earnings growth over the next few years.
So do we have to keep paying attention to the Chinese central bank and what it does with its currencies for the foreseeable future? And what do you think that's going to be? What are they going to do?
I mean, the currency itself is a symptom of this stuff. What you really want to look at is what the Fed is doing. Is it basically tightening aggressively? And number two, are the Chinese dealing with a problem of tainted assets on the balance sheet of their, what do we call SOEs? So a lot of
state-owned enterprises.
Yeah, and these guys are inefficient, glutted. They have many, many issues. One of the things they need to do is get better technology. That means there's going to be outward investments out of China. They're going to try to pick up that technology, invest in the U.S. and Europe and the likes. And that's one of the good developments that's going to happen in the next few years. And that means it's going to take many quarters for China to get out of its slump.
But here's the problem, and you may not even be able to talk about this, actually. There are two Chinese currency trading markets. There's the official one, which the Bank of China sets in a fixed range against the dollar. And then there's the offshore market, basically the black market for the Chinese currency, which is weaker than the official market. So the free market traders are saying things maybe are worse. Do you follow that sort of off-the-books market?
We all do.
And what's it telling you?
It's telling us, it's not necessarily the foreigners are concerned, it's telling us that a lot of the locals are very concerned. And what they do is they try to hedge basically the risk that they have, and that means they try to buy some dollar. The dollars globally is becoming dear, particularly in some countries, and it's the case right now in China. And the Chinese are trying to do everything they can to stem that pressure, both on the onshore and the offshore market, and try to stabilize the situation so it doesn't become self-fulfilling. And they're doing a decent, let's put it like, an increasingly better job at it.
So to Brian's point, we were looking at the offshore to give us more truth about what the belief is about the Chinese currency. But the central bank, true to form, did something new today, and they've made it much more difficult for anybody who wants to trade offshore to actually get their hands on any, right? So is that even going to be nearly as honest or clear a market as we thought it was going to be?
Well, if you're sitting in Denmark and your currency comes under pressure and then you modify the interest rates, the signal that you're getting basically from the currency market is going to be dampened by the decision you've taken in interest rate. And to many extent, this is something similar that the Chinese have done, is basically to try to step in. And of course, the CNH market, so the CNH market is not going to give you the signal you used to. And of course, the pressure is going to be reduced.
So it's not going. So in other words, yes, it's not going to be able to tell us what's going on necessarily. What's going on with the Chinese economy? Got it. So what are the rest of the ripple effects that we should be watching for here?
I think the ripple effects is really just the fact that we're so long, we're so long in equities that's creating disturbance. That disturbance should slowly fade in the next few days.
Thanks for coming on, Sebastian. We appreciate it.